Elite deviance and how it affects you. What is elite deviance? And as most psychopaths may ask, how does it affect me? Elite deviance is defined as the actions committed by elites and or the organizations that they head that lead to physical, financial, or moral harm to a person or the public. These actions include economic domination, governmental controls, and denial of basic human rights in order to experience personal or organizational gains in profit or power. The notion of elite deviance has long standing and a murky past, with no true clear definition. Elite deviance entails a massive variety of crimes or deviant actions, including fraud, healthcare fraud, price fixing, and antitrust violations. An example of this is Edward Snowden unveiling that the NSA had been spying on American citizens and his subsequent exile under the Obama presidency. Next, I'm going to speak on organizations and how they often play a central roles due to the nature of institutions and their executive members, such as the concept of elite deviance centers on both individuals and organization goals. Both the reason that powerful elites use organizations to commit their crimes is that organizations hold a shield of invisibility. This saying is used to mean that the elites that head these organizations can have actions taken by the organization that benefit themselves directly. This could be to hire private detectives to harass a former lover or dig up information on that could be useful to enrich themselves. So what is elite? So why do elites become deviant? Are they born that way? Have we been propping up generations of scumbags? I like to think that in this case, but there are plenty of terrible people that have made their fortunes in the tech industry themselves, such as Bill Gates, a man whose wife divorced him due to friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. But before I go on to mention old Jeff, I would like to mention some of the preceding motivators for elite deviance, according to Alex Theo. Elites become deviant due to three main factors. First, their goals are more challenging to legitimately achieve. It sounds to me that Mr. Theo is saying that they are lazy. There are more opportunities for them to cheat on their taxes or wives or steal from the companies. This sounds a lot to me like greed. I guess Gordon Gekko was wrong. They experience weak social controls. This means that they are not held accountable for their actions. A fascinating case study for this is that of Ethan Couch, a young man that at the age of 16 got drunk and stole a car with his friends and went on a joyride and proceeded to crash, killing 4 people and injuring 9. Ethan claimed that he had what is called affluenza, though his lawyers stated that he did not know his actions were wrong because his parents are rich and never disciplined him. Ethan did not go to prison for killing 4 and injuring 9. This is why you should always beat your kids, folks, or at least set boundaries and enforce them, like don't get drunk and steal my car. The fourth is an idea. People are just terrible people. The fourth is my own idea. Rich people are just terrible people like the rest of us, but can't get in trouble. Now the part of the video that you will care about, how this affects me. Elite deviance affects you in a multitude of different ways. Well, in every way. You really just have been living with the smell for so long that you don't notice anymore. To quote a great philosophical writer, Fabrice, you've gone nose blind. The first example of this is in politics. We see companies through their executive bribes politicians on a daily basis through charities they set up in the elite deviance name. This is how the Clintons, both Bill and Hillary, have made over $1 billion, yes, $1 billion with a B, over their political careers. while creating mass incarceration laws, received massive donations from the prison industry. First Lady Clinton's words of super predators spring to mind. How does this affect you? Well, for one thing, you're much more likely to be thrown in jail for a minor offense, especially if you have any melanin in your skin. This is the type of deviance that is perpetrated on a mass level and is incredibly damaging to society. We can also look at Wall Street, for example, of elite deviance. It is well known that people of Wall Street are rampant drug addicts. Their drugs of choice being those colloquially known as uppers, like Adderall, Xanax, ecstasy, and especially cocaine. So where are all the high-level drug busts on Wall Street? Why do Wall Street employees not get treated like crackheads that they are by the police? They are said to have a medical problem which is no doubt this is given a hospital bed, not a shared cell, like they deserve. This is because they elites have the power to influence the narrative. They have friends in the media. It may even be their family. In the case of the Comos, one brother is a governor and the other works for CNN. The former is a sexual deviant criminal, and the latter covered for him on his media show. I refuse to call it a news show. It was a starting level propaganda, in fact. I believe Goebbels himself would have approved. So in conclusion, that is quite a quick introduction to elite deviance and how it affects you. This topic is a massive one with so many striating branches, plots, and evil characters. I didn't even mention the royal family of Great Britain. I will do a whole separate video on these so-called people. Till next time, and please remember, like and subscribe, even if you hate the video. Peace.